Well, hello everyone. Thank you again so very much for sitting back down and joining me today. It's so very nice to meet you if I have not already met you in some way, shape, or form. My name is Ryan. In today's video, I got some additional Criterion pickups for you guys. These are some extra ones that I went ahead and picked up because if you've been following the Criterion sale, you know that Amazon has been matching a lot of the Barnes & Noble's prices. And I went ahead and got these because one of these that I went into Barnes & Noble on the first day of the sale to pick up, they did not have this title. And this was one of the ones that I was going in there for. So I've got 4 titles here that I picked up from Amazon. And 2 of these I have seen. We'll go to those first. And the other 2 I have not seen. So let's go into the one that I went into the store for on the first day of the sale, did not find. So now I can upgrade my DVD rental copy. And that is one of my all-time favorite movies of all time, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. I absolutely adore this film. Stanley Kubrick, 1964. And the packaging on this is one of the best ones out of any of the ones that I currently have. So let's go into a couple of things with this. First off, we do have a new 4K digital restoration, which I'm totally excited for. There is a new interviews with Kubrick scholars, a whole bunch of interviews. There are excerpts from a 1966 audio interview with Kubrick, 4 short documentaries about the making of the film, the socio-political climate of the period, the work of actor Peter Sellers, and the artistry of Kubrick. And then there are 2 interviews that I know for sure are on my DVD copy. There are these like canned interviews with Sellers and George C. Scott that they would do, whereas there were a list of questions that were used for interviews such as radio for television programs, and they would have the actors on the phone answering the interview questions that were basically just canned questions that everybody would get to ask. So they would have that filmed, and then they would the television studios, television shows would film their interviewer, their host, on their phone asking the questions, and it would seem like it is an actual interview with that show itself. So they have those on here, plus a segment of Peter Sellers on the Today Show. So on here, let's see what we have here. In here, we've got some great pictures of Slim Pickens riding the bomb at the end of the film, because Slim Pickens does the right thing. And it's an Offspring reference, if anybody cares. Love the great artwork on the disc for the writing that's on the bomb itself. And this is the best part. So we've got was it Plan R? I believe it was Plan R or Operation R. I think it's Plan R. But it's in this dossier folder. And what do we have inside? Inside, we've got a few things. Did I get everything out? I did. Okay. So in here, we have, let's start with the small thing. We have what they carry, what the men are carrying in the bomber. The Holy Bible and Russian phrases. This small little, and it's basically just it's a credit. It's a cast and crew and a special thanks and a little bit about the restoration itself. So really, really cool little thing there. We've got this brief little essay that is by David Bromwich that is about Dr. Strangelove, and it is written in this typed up top secret dossier, which is so cool. So it's all about it's not just about Dr. Strangelove, but it is about Kubrick as well. I haven't read it yet, but from what I see. And then the booklet itself is in this Hustler magazine style, complete with ads, complete with their own little ads. That's what I love, and what I love, it's full of references. So let's read this real quick. It says, have you ever seen a commie drink a glass of water? If you've seen the film, you know there's going to be a reference about precious bodily fluids, and there is. Vodka, that's what they drink, isn't it? Never water. On no account will a commie ever drink water, and not without good reason. Water is the source of all life. 7/10 of the Earth's surface is water. Why? Do you realize that 70% of you is water? And as human beings, you and I need fresh, pure water to replenish our precious bodily fluids. Are you beginning to understand? So that's Sterling Hayden's bit about the bodily fluids. And so I absolutely love this. Absolutely incredible. So there's a ton I think this might be a couple of different things. Yeah, it's actually a couple of different couple of different excerpts from magazines, brief little essays on here as well. We do even have a centerfold, which is totally fine for YouTube. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's not several different ones. It is actually from a piece that was in the 1994 issue of Grand Street, which is called Notes from the War Room by Terry Southern. So, and just a lot of really great shots in here too. Peter Sellers is the president, one of the best portrayals of a president that I have ever seen. Dimitri, calm down, Dimitri. Absolutely love it. So that the presentation on that is just so phenomenal. So I had to showcase that one in a little bit of depth, because that's the one that's got, there's the more has paid attention to the presentation on this one than any of the other ones. The other ones are just standard cases, but this, with this little sort of I don't know what you would call this. I've got a couple that are like this. I don't know what you would call this, but that presentation is phenomenal. The next one that we have here is my first Chaplin in the Criterion collection. It was really hard to choose one, because I wanted a Chaplin film when I was picking these up, and it was really hard to choose one. But I went ahead and decided that if I'm going to pick a Chaplin film, it's best to see him eating a shoe in HD, and so I went ahead and got The Gold Rush. What year was this? I apologize. 1942. A lot of good features on this as well. So we have a new digital restoration of the 1942 sound version. The original 1925. My apologies. Silent film restored in collaboration with Cineteca de Bologna. Audio commentary for the 1925 version by Chaplin biographer Jeffrey Vance. 3 new programs all about the film's history, effects specialists, and the music by Charlie Chaplin. What else do we have here? A short documentary featuring Idrissa Ouedraogo, all about Chaplin today, The Gold Rush. 4 trailers and an essay. And so this is one. I think this is the only one that's like this. No, there are 2. This is the worst one though. The problem with Amazon at times. So I've got a busted case. I don't know if you can really see that, so I have to be really careful. It's not worth returning and going through all that. It's really not, in my opinion. So on here, there's the inside, and in here we have a really meaty essay. A couple of different ones, actually. We have Luke Santee on As Good as Gold, James Agee on The Gold Rush itself, and some notes about the transfer and the restoration of the 1925 version, with a lot of really great production stills in here as well. And I love the cast and credits and all that. They did a really good job on this. So very excited to have this, to check it out, and to see him eat his shoe in a brand new 2K transfer. So now let's go on to the 2 that I have not seen. Both are 2 staples that I hear talked about, especially when it comes to the Criterion collection and sort of Criterion staples. Sort of like how Wes Anderson is, and I don't have any Wes Anderson films from the Criterion collection in my collection. And but this is going to be 1962's Carnival of Souls. Never ever seen this one. This seemed like a really good opportunity to really pick this up. So we have a new 4K transfer, a select scene audio commentary with director Herc Harvey and screenwriter John Clifford. Interviews, documentary about the 1989 reunion, a year 2000 update on the film's shooting locations, outtakes, and let's see, we have an essay by writer and programmer Kier La Janice. I know I did that wrong. I'm so sorry. So on here. And this one I'm a little bit disappointed in. I'm a little bit disappointed in the way that it's done. Sort of kind of how it was with War of the Worlds. Just in comparison, I'm a little bit disappointed. So what I really do like, though, is that we have, my apologies, this really nice poster. Very cool. But that's where our essay is. And I'm just not really into that. But I think definitely with having a carnival sideshow aspect of it, doing a poster was very fitting. So I'm excited to check that out. Very, very excited. Everybody, I always hear about Carnival of Souls, and I always hear about this film as well, 1977's House. No, not that house that I've got over there. This is one that I haven't seen. And this is Obayashi's 1977. From all I understand is that the movie is just a complete mind trip. I mean, it's a ghost story of sorts, from my understanding. Basically, the back. Well, let's read the back together. How to describe Nobuhiko Obayashi's indescribable 1977 movie House as a psychedelic ghost tale, a stream of consciousness bedtime story, an episode of Scooby-Doo as directed by Mario Bava. Any of the above will do for this hallucinatory head trip about a schoolgirl who travels with 6 classmates to her ailing aunt's creaky country home and comes face to face with evil spirits, a demonic house cat, a bloodthirsty piano, and other ghoulish visions, all realized by Obayashi via matte animation and collage effects. So mainly, yes, it's all about been the stylized nature of this film and the really bizarre nature of this film, where I'm always grateful that stuff like this is preserved, and I'm super excited to be able to check it out. We have a brand new transfer. We have a new video piece all about constructing house with interviews with the filmmakers. Obayashi's 1966 experimental film called Emotion, a new video appreciation by Ty West, theatrical trailers, and a booklet by Chuck Stevens. We go into here. Here is going to be the inside and the disc art. It's sort of like with Carnival of Souls. A lot of the stuff that I'm looking at here, when I kind of flip through it, means absolutely nothing to me, but hopefully it will. Very, very well done, because it really showcases that crazy nature from what I've always understood. And if this is really what I'm in for with this film, then this is definitely going to be a blast. Super, super excited to check out House. We will talk about it at great length. We'll even go into Dr. Strangelove, because there's some stuff in here that I haven't seen. Plus, I've never seen that transfer. Same with the Gold Rush. So we will definitely talk about these at one time. Plus, any excuse I have to talk about Dr. Strangelove, I'm definitely going to take. So guys, that's everything that I picked up, again, for the Criterion sale. What have you all been picking up? I'd be super, super excited to hear what you've gotten. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button for more additional content. The reviews, sale hauls, Al Adamson adventures, all sorts of stuff, with more coming on the way. All the social media and contact information for me, yours truly, is found in the description box down below. Other than that, that's all that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I also hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.